Hello, Bob Hall here with Hallsome Farm. Today I'm going to attempt to make a pollen feeder for the bees. I've been filming some video. It's very hard to film bees when you're in a suit and gloves, and because you can't turn on and off the camera. So I'm not sure how those videos are going to come out. They're not, I mean, I've got like 2 hours, 3 hours of recording that I've got to chop up and look at. But I got into my bees this morning, and because we split one hive into 3 hives, and then we moved we moved all the hives and the top bar into a different location, more away from the working area for us, because I get people coming to the farm and sometimes the bees harass a little bit. So we moved them to a different location where they can be alone and happy. And I was in there this morning and noticed very little pollen. Got in the new splits, got larvae and cat brood. My eyes aren't good enough in the screen to see eggs, but if I've got larvae, I'm sure I've got eggs. So, but I was concerned because there was very, very few, maybe on each cat brood frame, you know, maybe half a dozen or a dozen pollen, and that's just way too little. So I've got a 10-pound bucket of bee pollen here, and just going to make a little feeder and show you how that's done. Our local Home Depot, typically you use a storm drain cover that goes from a 4-inch pipe to a rectangle drain for rain gutter, but they didn't have it. So what I'm using is a screen. This is bigger than the bee excluders, so I'm sure the bees can go in and out of this just fine. And I've cut a piece of drainage pipe 16 inches, and we're just going to do a cap and we're going to plug it. So I'll show you how that's done. Notice this is a bit of a tight fit in here. There we go. So I'm gonna I don't think this one's coming out very easy. All right, well, that's in there. So, and then on this end, we'll just put this cap on, and we won't glue it. That way we can take it off and add pollen. But what I need to do is drill, and got this lettering right here, so I'll just drill right down. In fact, I can go right through that probably. And so I drilled the hole right through the screen, and this hole is just a little bit smaller than the threads of the screw, is my idea here. There we go. Is to make it real tight so water can't get in. And I'll just self-tap it here. There we go. And all up on the other side, but this one I'm not going to drill through. This one I didn't drill through because I need to be able to take that off to add more pollen. Now, from what I understand, the bees, if there's plenty of pollen around, they won't take this pollen. They'll use whatever's out natural. But if they need pollen, they'll come and get it. And I understand it's probably a good idea to always have, so I'll probably make some more of these in the future, but I want to find the rain gutter fitting. And I'm in the next town, I'll go to Lowe's and get that. But anyway, yeah, you should have pollen available for your bees all year long. And if they need it, they got it. If they don't, they won't need to worry about it. My neighbor, he has bees also, so this will be good because they'll all be able to forage from the same feeder. And the other thing to note is don't put your pollen feeder anywhere too close to your beehives, because you can invite feral bees and other unwanted pests into the area who want the pollen, and if they see your bees, you know, it could affect your hive. So bees travel quite a distance, so we can keep this pretty far away, and so the neighbors' bees, my bees, they'll all be able to benefit from this. And I bought a 10-pound bucket. I think a 1-pound package was almost like $10, but the 10-pound was $40, so it just made sense. And it smells good. I've never smelled bee pollen before, but anyway, you should put in about 4 cups. Okay, maybe you can see in there, but that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put the cover on. Put the lid back on this and put this in the shade. And then I'm going to put wire or some string on here. And let's see, I'll push it back away from this a little bit. I like the ones I've seen that have the rain gutter to it, because then rain won't come into here. But I don't know if I can get a little cover or what. But since this is thin wall, I was going to use a coupler to put on here, but the coupler's too big. But I noticed this is a little bit, the drain, it comes around, so maybe I can put the coupler on there. I'll check that out. But anyway, maybe I'll show hanging this up, and then we'll see what the bees do. But anyway, it's quite simple. Almost anything you can use will work, and just, you know, make it healthier for your bees. I was able to find a coupler that would fit over this, so I put a coupler on. That'll keep the rain out, and the bees should be able to go in there. There's plenty of pollen, and we'll just hang this up on the fence, and we should be good to go. So bee pollinator, pretty simple, pretty inexpensive. There we have it. This is the pollen feeder, and I've got it sloping down slightly, so any rain that comes would fall away from it. It's also, the opening is facing south, where here we get the warm south breezes and the storms aren't real severe, and the back is facing north, where we get the real nasty cold and stormy wet winter. So this way it should be pretty secure. And this is halfway in between Well, you can tell my bees are down there where all that white is, and the neighbor's bees are behind me about that far, so this is kind of halfway in between. And we'll just come out here every so often, make sure it's got pollen in it, and add more. And maybe we'll make a few more and put them in other places, see how this one does. But anyway, not a bad little job, did pretty quick. So again, if you like what we do on the farm, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so, and we'd really appreciate it if you'd share our videos and like us. That really helps our channel out. Thank you for watching.